Peace and blessings, guys. How are we? This is be my first video, so we're gonna get this going. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today. Talk about a little bit of things that I know that I'm sure is troubling you, because I know it's troubling me. Just everyday shit from our own stinking mindset that we're stuck in believing of what success is, what happiness is, what we need to do, that we need to please other people to make them happy. We can't make other people happy. The only people we can make happy is ourselves. And trying to please others is only going to guarantee our own unhappiness. And that's what so many of us do. And then when things do go wrong, we get frustrated. We get depressed, we get let down. We pity ourselves. Poor me. When is things going to happen to me? When is someone going to love me? Whatever the cases are, whatever your direction is, it just seems to be we go that way. But that's just a blockage. That's a blockage in the whole chakra stuff. It's our self-doubt. It's our self-worth. It's the consistency of anxiety or depression. Now that we're stuck in the past, so we depressed, or with that, oh, I wish I could have, or I should have, let that go. That's not helping nobody today. Or we're anxious because we don't want to fail again. Or we just don't want bad shit to happen that we can't control. So we stress it, we fear it. We're always concerned, we're nervous. And when we can't control other people's feelings or thoughts, it's frustrating. But the only people we can change are ourselves. And change is fucking scary. A, because it's new. So we've already lived our life a certain period, adapting to things a certain way, growing accustomed to the pain, the sorrow, the misery, especially if we are depressed, because we keep bringing up all those sad and unfortunate situations, or the anxiety, and it controls us. So we're never able to really enjoy the moment or remove ourselves from the situation. Meaning, yes, someone cuts you off, and your first instinct is to lay on the fucking horn, call him a douchebag, and just flip out, or get out the car in violence, all over a situation where if you just stop for a second and not think in emotion, because thinking in emotion just causes so much problems. If you can just look at emotions as tools, when we're getting angry or frustrated, then there's a lesson that we should be learning, either patience or compassion with somebody. I'm not really supposed to be acting, which is easily said than done. But the anger is just coming from a place of pain. At some point, somebody let you down, somebody hurt you, or you were bullied, you were teased. It's pain. And we all of us have pain. Insecurities, something about us that, I still have a hard time listening to myself. Now, I can't use different things as excuses. I gotta do it. I gotta get over it. That uncomfortable feeling. It's something new. It's something different. Now, excitement and fear are the same energy, I just gotta redirect it. And this is something new, something I'll work on, an opportunity. And that's something I hope we all can work on it, be thankful for, and realize that we do have the opportunity, and be grateful for an opportunity each day for change. But it's the actual realizing you need change, admitting you need change, because we're so pride and ego driven, you know. So you got to admit to yourself that no, this isn't truly the way I want to be living. I'm either living somebody else's way of their views of what success is or how things should be, or what success is, what happiness is. You're watching somebody else too much, watching their lives, watching their highlight reels, thinking that's their everyday occurrence. And you look at your own life and you're like, damn, I don't have that. So you want that, instead of wanting the peace, the happiness, the ability to be content with not having 30 pairs of shoes or the newest game system or whatever it is that causes jealousy. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I see stuff as well too, and it's like, wow, that is nice. Wow. It's human nature, but at the same time, I try not to remain in human thought, human mindset, I should say. I try to allow my higher thoughts, my high, to control my actions. So before it becomes an action, it's the proper intentions. It is completely blacked out there for a second. That happens. But I mean, it is what it is. So once we get that realization that, yeah, we got to change something. Something's got to change because this isn't working. This going to work, coming home, drinking, fighting with my girl or boyfriend, going back to work to do the same shit again. Yeah, this isn't working. The constant stress of whatever it is, it takes away your time from us working on our own selves. It could be too much video games, too much TV, too much sports, too much anything that's distracting you from some you time. And when I say you time, I don't mean just sitting down with TikTok or YouTube and shit like that, but you time. You know, like some thought into how your day went. You know, be going to work. Maybe how am I going to deal with today if this happens? Or honestly, we should be doing that with any situations, but going in prepared. Because it is going to be a battle throughout the day, and we get caught up. We get angry, we react in emotions, which leads to more things, or we allow other people's energies to affect us. It's not our energies. It's not our mindset. It's not for me. And then we go back to what our intentions were. Back to what we were doing with good intentions. It's difficult to put into words the whole journey, what we need to do, how to meditate, how to do all these things, how to do all that stuff. And I catch myself saying a lot of times, you know what I mean? And I know you don't know what I mean. And sometimes I need to remind myself too. Because I just overthink it or underthink it as well too. Especially sometimes things are going good, things are going well, and then you just don't want it to end. Or you want things to be as perfect as possible. So come holiday times, you just over planning, over concerned. We're just not happy with what we have. Because again, we're living out someone else's idea, whether it's maybe what our parents told us how we should be successful, or mainstream America's idea of how we should be successful. Everybody tells us to go to college, but for what? To learn what? To do what? What about chakras? No one ever taught me about that. No one ever taught me about like the ideas of metaphysics, that it's energy and that we're all energies and thoughts, No one ever taught me about that. Instead, they just diagnosed me with a mental condition and put me on prescription meds. How come they didn't take the time? Just one day of class. And I know it's difficult too because a lot of us are like, how come our parents didn't tell us? Our parents didn't know it either. How many people's parents right now are honestly like conscious and spiritual or whatever terms you guys want we want to use, but understand all this? Some people's are. Some people's are, and they were blessed with that upbringing and that then they're blessed. They are super blessed. I personally grew up in a very depressed and anxious house, so that passed on to me. I work with my mother on all these things now, so she can finally try to find peace in life that we all search for. Peace and love, that's my... And healthy relationships. Those are my desires. My wishes for all of you. We just sometimes forget. We take things for granted. We look at things. For instance, I got to go to work in a little bit. And I would be pissed off saying, shit, I gotta go to work. I get the opportunity to go to work. But I walk by I'll walk by homeless and I'll walk by people asking for money. And I'm blessed. Get the opportunity. I remember on Easter time we had the family get together, and my oldest daughter was like, why do I gotta peel the sweet potatoes? And I was like, how about you look at it as right now you get the opportunity to be preparing for the feast that all your family is having together. And at that moment, 4 generations that were all around the table just got it. We got it. We all understood it at once. And it was beautiful. I was so thankful for that moment. Because change is difficult. And we gotta want it. And we stop at a certain point, it seems. We seem to stop. When you're doing your whole chakras and stuff, we seem to stop around the yellow, the solar, having to do with our esteem and our ego and our pride. But the ego's got to die. The ego must die in order for us to be able to ascend higher up the ladder. We need to get up higher. The next is the heart chakra, what I feel the most important, because that's what guides our intentions, is love. And everything is done with love and good intentions, and things just work. It's hard to just totally describe it, but those that have done it, you notice it. Karma, manifestation, whatever you want to call it, but it works. But sometimes we just get we're so down on ourselves because we're at a point that we thought we wouldn't be at. We think either we'd be more successful in life, whether it's financial, or maybe we're still struggling with drugs and alcohol, still thinking our life's going to get better while we're still using. It's not. Alcohol's called spirits for a reason. You turn a loving woman into a whore, and a loving man into an angry, abusive one. So they control you. They keep you vibrating low. They keep you in lower energy. You can't ascend up the ladder. And most of the times when we're using, it's because that's where a lot of our pain relies. The esteem, we didn't get the hugs, we didn't get the kisses, we didn't get the admiration. We never felt special enough. Or maybe we just grew up always worried. We grew up poor, or something had us in a nervous state, and we still hold on to that nervousness now years and years later. I'm almost 47, and I'm maybe 2.5 years into all this very well. 3 years into this very well. I've had my battles throughout all of it, but to finally get where I need to be able to understand, to feel it, to be able to get a grasp, to be open-minded, because the open-mindedness is difficult as well as the pride. The pride, and then the open-minded, because we believe something. We took tests on stuff, or we were taught something a certain way. So what I told enough or believed by enough people becomes truth. But that's not the way it is. Universal truth isn't judged on mass appeal. So the true black sheep of the family is the one that believes differently than others. It's not the one that gets arrested or has alcoholic issues or the drug addict of the family. It's the person that thinks different. And most likely, you are that individual also. But we can change. We can change. We can heal. We can heal ourselves. We can heal our inner child, our past self, which in turn heals our present self, making it be that our future self will be a different person, and now we have just changed reality. Beautiful, right? I'm personally in the process of, as I said, I work with my mother on these things, and I also talk with my daughters about these things. So at this point in time, I can successfully say that I ended that generational curse that people say they have. And now I have the opportunity to go and fix the same way. The past generation, help with my mother to be able to, for her to finally find peace and to love herself. Maybe able to work with my daughters and speak with my daughters and have a better relationship. That's what I aspire to also daily, is a better relationship with them. But I have the opportunity to speak with them on these things. Now I could choose to say, damn, I wish past Derek. I wish the addict Derek had this wisdom, had this knowledge, had this understanding then. That he but it won't change. It will not change. It would only give me guilt. It would only give me stress, pain. And it would only guarantee I would remain that individual. That same chemical feeling. Brain chemical, I should say. Still depriving myself of the serotonin and then telling myself I deserved it and I should have a shitty life because I ruined it for others. That if I wasn't, no, that can't change. I can't change that. I could admit fault, man up for responsibilities, and make a conscious effort in the future, but that's the best I can do. But now I'm able to have them help, try to be there at least for them, as I would be for all of you as well too. But to deal with it, to deal with those painful situations, it's hard for me. There's no such a step one, do this. Step two, do this. First step is admitting that we are wrong. I guess kind of like how they do with alcoholics, that we're wrong and we're powerless and blah, 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 blah. But we do have to admit that we're moving wrong for us to be able to work on. To work on with a new path, you know? But we don't give ourselves enough credit. So right now I want to tell you thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being you. Thank you for realizing that something should change. That the way that the world is going, the way that most of us are living just isn't the right way. And we're not happy. We're not doing stuff for us. We're just not fucking happy. We're just caught up. And I'm thankful you're here today. And if you feel like no one loves you and you feel... That's another problem with change. We feel that nobody understands us. Nobody gets us. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know about what it's like to have a narcissistic girlfriend. You don't know what it's like to have a drunk boyfriend. You don't know what it's like to have a controlling mother or whatever this situation is. I may not have the same exact situation. I may not have been in the same story. But I understand. I understand the pain. I understand about carrying it around for too long. You know what it's like blaming myself or allowing myself to do shitty things for it. And if you're doing that, forgive yourself. It's okay, we all fuck up. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes it's a song, sometimes it's something. It's just we get sad. We just feel that we're not good enough. Nobody understands us. What's the point of me changing? I can't change. It's too late. It's not too late for anybody. Never too late for anybody to change. You want the change, you can get the change. You got questions, ideas? Get at me, let me know. I'll chat with you. Chat with anybody. Somebody that wants change. Someone that truly wants and seek and change, and they don't know what. Damn, I don't know how to get change. I don't know what to do. Everybody in my life is pretty much fuck-ups. Well, whatever the situation is, I'm here. Just want you to know you're special. I love you. You know? Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for your past mistakes. Forgive yourself for the shortcomings. The shortcomings that were really shortcomings, or the made up shortcomings too. The ones that you thought were shortcomings of each other. Your faults. False shortcomings, I guess they would be, we could say. Forgive yourself. Because carrying around that pain, it's not helping. Death is difficult to a different difficulty to get over, but we want to live with it. We want to try not to focus on it. That person that we end up crying about brought us smiles too. So wipe those tears away and try to let that smile shine through. Because that person you know loved you. They don't want to see you upset neither, you know? Put that music on. I thought it'd be like a positive little reaffirming. That shit makes me giggle and sigh. But make sure you know you're loved. And if you truly feel that no one else in your life loves you, I can say honestly, even if I don't, I still love you. I still want the best for you. I still want to see you happy and out of this quote-unquote matrix. I want to see you striving, smiling, profiling, whatever else Ric Flair said. Because you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve all that stuff. You deserve the peace. You deserve that peace. You deserve that love, that hug. And if you're not getting it where you're at, and the other person ain't going to be changing, that's where change comes from sometimes too. True change comes from pain, from suffering. The whole you don't know the chaos that a man had to go through to remain so calm, or the pain that somebody has to go through in order to love so much. But that shit's true. That's where my strong desire comes from. To help those that want help. Those that desire change in their life. I want to help them. So if that is you, that sounds like you, I'm here for you. I honestly care. I'd love to hear about how your life gets better. I'd love to be able to be a minute part into it. But true change is going to come by the individual itself, his or herself. I can't teach you how to. I can explain to you how to do shadow work. I can explain to you how to take self-examination, but those are things that you yourself have to do. You have to go to those scary places. The scary place of yourself. Your own thoughts, your own mind, your own emotions. The things that we try to stop thinking about. Try to mask or run from. But you know what? All those problems and pain, that shit's still there. now we're just tired. So those problems start to creep in, they start to hit harder. We get burnt out. We get extra down on ourselves. Since when we forgive ourselves, like right now I'm rambling a little, but I'm going to forgive myself. Because I know it's a perfect design. Just like you. You think that it's a mistake. It's a mistake if you don't learn from it. A mistake not corrected and learned from is a decision, a choice, if we continue to do it. An apology without change is manipulation. Let's be mindful of how we speak. Let's be mindful of what we hear as well. Is that person hearing what you're saying? Is that person taking your feelings into consideration? Are you taking your feelings into consideration? Are you taking somebody else's feelings into consideration before yourself? Which definitely happens. We think that we're gonna do something. With that said, I'm catching myself rambling. The next video or audio, I'll probably do audio, I don't know. I guess video should be, I don't know. I'm gonna see what's what. Probably do both. I would prefer this audio. I'm sure you guys would too. I'm not the prettiest of individuals. Though I do have the prettiest of blue eyes. This is addictive of the real Spark 30s. I'll cut that part out. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Thankful for you guys all to be in my life. I'm glad you took the time to listen. You have a great night or day.